So this song is about eating the rich.
They say we're going to my eyes, but damn, you're so obnoxious in a
Hey folks, Lexi here from Hansom Ēli, and we're gonna be jumping into another breakdown from the title track of our debut album, Sip. Let's check it out. Sip was the song that really made us feel like we were on the right path for our album. It started off just as a small idea that kind of blossomed into one of our more exploratory and experimental tracks. The first session of the song goes back to February of 2022. Let's check it out. So we got just a simple Rhodes keyboard, little riff, and I told Cam to go around the house and find some objects that we could use to sample and make sounds with.
in a few years, if we don't get along in a few years, yeah, the earth will crumble in a few years. Extinct are your child in a few years. Oh, you say you're going to my
And here's the chorus. Already kind of there, you know. Cam just pulled it out of the air. Got a little mood bass, analog lab, just basic electric keys. We got Cam just making weird sounds that we sampled just a little piece of. And what else we got? I don't even remember what that was. It was just a little box or something. Eventually, about a year and a half later, we landed at this phase of the production where we had most of the song laid out, the structure, all the sections and the lyrics. And then we were about to go into the studio at MixArt and record a bunch of overdubs for the album, including this song. So this is the last session before bringing it over to Logic. We also played this song live a lot before releasing it and before even recording at MixArt, which really helped inspire us as to how to beef up the arrangement.
Ride the wave, see the king tide bloodbath on the rise. See it crashing, sip on glaciers till they make it sip away. We had tried for a few years, thought we could get along for a few years. Extinct like your child in a few years.
We always debated on that line if it was too intense.
They said we're going to my damn, you're so nauseous in a car.
Back into the verse. Yeah, that super cool. Shaper box. It's like such a dope sound. When we found that sound, poof, still gives me shivers.
Acid pouring rain, say ride the wave. King tide, bloodbath, thieves on the rise.
Yeah, still working on that second verse.
Sip on glaciers, if they make it, sip away, say. Your Paris gold, you catch a flight. Don't forget you're cold on the silky ride. Hear the crowd sing.
Yeah, this is a big environmentally focused song.
We had tried for a few years, thought we could get along.
It's all about the climate crisis.
Extinct like your child in a few years.
Imagining all the rich people leaving the planet.
In a few years, they said we're going to my.
Yeah, this song's about all the 1% leaving on a ship, on a spaceship, to Mars or some other planet, but then realizing once they've taken off that they have motion sickness, and so it ends up being a nightmare for them. And this is some of Cam's creative writing at its peak, I would say. That's kind of where we're at. Oh yeah, I wanted to change a chord. And everyone disagreed, and I think they were right. I'm glad we didn't do that. All right, let's dive into some specifics here. So let's check out that one more time. So this is the chain. We got the main thing here is shaper box and a little radiator, just like crushing that and chopping it up with the time factor here. So cool. Do I have a pitch shift on that? Oh yeah, just formant. Then we got all the drums together. So that's the verse. Adding in the filtered backbeat loop. And they got some like rhythmic textures. It's like a darbuka. Hey. Whew. Then we got the bass, which was already tracked at this point. We had the synth bass, and Jeff recorded a bunch of bass, but I had to chop it up. Sorry, Jeff. Classic riff. So right now it's a bit of a mess. Let's see what the chorus sounds like with the bass. Just big, fat, low 808s. And we got just Jeff. Just doing some hits. Bop, 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 bop.
Damn, you're so nauseous in a car.
Then we got the little rises. Just an E, you know, just a bunch of E's. Cam, I got her to sing a bunch of notes. And then I guess I pitch shifted it a major third up. Then we got main vocals.
In a few years, they say we're going to my eyes, but damn,
Use the waves harmony again, and I chopped up little bits and created harmonies.
down with us, my eyes.
The main vocal
But damn, you're so nauseous in a car.
got recorded at that point, I think with just SM58 or something, so that's why there's so much noise. Keys are starting to be pretty cool. Little single note DX7. And we got main analog lab keys. Then we got the pulsating strings. Pretty dope. What's that? Another analog lab. I think I just got an analog lab at that moment. So I was just like going all out. Then we got some Juno. Such a classic sound. That's pretty much it for the keys, and then the guitars were getting pretty cool. Did a bunch of layers of just chugging. Oh, let's hear that again. Sheesh. We got, what, 7 layers of chugs. Just big, distorted power chords. Yeah, we got our archetype Corey Wong. Yeah, compressor, tube to overdrive.
They say we're going to my eyes, but damn, you're so nauseous in a car.
Just the drums. That's bass. Guitars.
So nauseous in a car.
So, sounds like the song, but still the space isn't quite there yet. We tried a lot of stuff. We tried recording drums, we tried recording more guitars and more keys and cello and at the end of the day, a lot of it didn't end up getting used, and it was just about refining the elements that we already had. So here are the drums again. Now everything's kind of spaced out and mixed. Let's say we add the bass into that. So this is how I sort of merge the synth bass and the live electric bass. Lots of that, lots of really fine chopping up and placing, especially in the low end. Low end is very important to a good mix. We got all the keys. Let's say we go from here. I think my favorite part is the grand piano that we recorded at MixArt. So this was a lot of textures. As you can see, a lot of it is consolidated down to audio, makes it a bit easier to work with. Let's check out that second chorus, just the MixArt piano. Super dry. And it like lands delayed. So everything in this chorus is like rhythmically answering each other, you know? Okay, so far so good. Let's hear it again with the spanky guitars. Yeah, I forgot that we had recorded cello. What is this even doing? Oh, just creepy textures. Drowned in verb. 100% mix on the verb. All right, let's dive into vocals here. A lot of vocal tracks, about 100 tracks of vocals in this song. Let's check it out. So verses.
Rising sea level. Sit right the way, see the rocks last, no more mountain face. See them hiding, sip on glaciers, till you make it, sip oasis.
Why do I have so many vocal tracks? So obviously we have our lead.
Rising sea level, sit right the way, see the rocks last.
Then we got these doubles.
See the rock lies,
super tight doubles that are just panned over, full pan left right, just kind of creating a bit of a width to the vocal. Then we got this reverse texture, which if you haven't seen my video about that little reverse reverb vocal trick, go and check that out. And then we got stabs, which is a little trick that I learned a while back. And this helps to give sort of energy and momentum. Putting emphasis on different words or syllables makes them more rhythmic and they kind of pop out. And it just kind of gives this subtle dynamic energy that you can't even really hear, but you feel if we take it out.
We had tried for a few years, thought we could get along for a few years. Extinct like your child in a few years. Air will turn fire in a few years.
Yeah, those lyrics, air will turn fire in a few years, extinct like your child in a few years. When Cam sang that the first time, I was like, whoa, that's so deep. And she's like, maybe that's too much. But no, I was like, this is poetry. This is how we make people feel the reality of the climate crisis. I mean, this is something that is very important to us, that we're very concerned about, and that does contribute a fair amount of anxiety to our lives. But what can you do other than make songs about it, I suppose.
They said we're going to my
Chorus, vocals.
my eyes, but damn, you're so nauseous in a car. Down with us,
You're mainly hearing the main vocal, and everything else is really just a support that kind of gives it a little bit more thickness, and then some harmonies, some doubles, some octave down vocal stuff.
They say we're going, my eye, but damn, you're so nauseous. Down with us, my eyes, but damn, you're so nauseous. You're going to
The BBB ending, build, break, burn.
You build, you break, you burn, you going to
I wanted to create some tension in the song at the end and feel like things are about to collapse. And so I found a bit crusher setting that I liked and just kind of, fed the tape delay and reverb into it and then just crushed it before the end of the song. So we can hear it here.
You build, you break, you burn, you going to
The track that sets up SIP on the album, we call Take 003. That's from the original first idea that Cam had for the chorus and pre-chorus. As I was cleaning up the session for mixing, I found this idea that she'd done.
No, we will die in a few years if we don't get along in a few years. Yeah, the earth will crumble in a few years. Extinct all your child in a few years. Whoa, we separated and divided. Yeah, we talking about escape. Ride the wave, alright, you said. Ride the wave, alright, you said. Ride the wave, alright, you said. Ride the wave.
And I just felt like, man, this is so cool. This is not even a mix of the instruments. It's just coming from her microphone that was playing in the room with the speakers on. So that wraps it up for the SIP breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit me up if you got any questions, any requests. Until next time, see you for another audio breakdown.